Hi, gorgeous. Oh! Hi, gorgeous. I see you've been liking, sharing, subscribing, tuning in like you're tuning in now. Yeah, man. Thank you so much. Do continue doing so. Do the most, man. Do the most. I love your work. I love your work. So, welcome back to Decadency once again. Today we'll be making something very simple, something that actually reminds me of home. Ke etsa mogodu ka stampa ke re butternut ke meshe be ke re spinach you know I ka ka morogo because you know mo Gauteng ba rekisa spinach, you know, and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna make some cream spinach instead of like khadike morogo la o itse mara morogo lona oh e re ke hubeha. Direct translation, I will be making tripe with some samp and some mashed butternut and some cream spinach. Stay tuned. Let's start. So I've already washed this, but you must be careful, ne? Don't wash it too much because we want, you know, just piecing an alcacanyana mole, you know, lejenyana, you know, orobelino nyana. Oh my gosh, no, I'm joking. I usually wash my tripe like 6 times because when I do this, I want any stone particles and stuff that are going to be popping out. So as you can see, there's literally nothing. Like my hand is clean, like literally nothing. And then these, the intestines, you know, I put my finger in them, like literally, because I don't want pieces of shit. As much as, you know, I don't clean it over, like I don't over clean it. There has to be like just a little bit of, you know, of poo for a little bit of flavor, you know, flavor. You can see it, Nyana, you know, but I'm gonna rinse it again because now I saw it. So it's gonna be like, no, I don't wanna see it. I watched it 6 times. Okay, now it's time to throw this in the pressure cooker so I can start with the cooking process. And then I'm gonna attend to the samp and all the other things. So, I'm gonna throw this into my pressure cooker. Okay. I don't want it to splatter like anywhere because like there's so many flies, and that's what I hate about cooking mogodu. The flies. Anyway, I'm gonna cook this for like an hour, then because that's like the maximum setting this pressure cooker has. Then I'm gonna cook it for another 30 minutes, and then it's literally gonna be done. If I do anything other than that, then it's literally gonna be so mushy. I'm going to put the samp in this dish, and then I'm literally going to fill this with water so that you cannot clutter this pot, because like samp needs water and it's literally going to triple in size. So come cook that hearty meal for your partner, for your family, for anyone and everyone. Perfect! Okay, I'm literally going to take this to my stove. Oh, salt. A teaspoon and a half. Yeah, that's a teaspoon and a half. Okay, let me put this at the stove. On the stove. Woo! Put this on the stove for like 45 minutes, and then I'm gonna check on it because then it should be like bubbling and, you know, then you just stir it up, then add more water because this is also going to take the same amount of time as the mogodu. So literally in an hour and 30 minutes I'll be done with everything, because while these are cooking, I'm going to attend to the vegetables. Whenever I cook spinach, I never pour in water. I want you to actually take a look at this. I hope you'll be able to see it. That is literally metia spinach, like it's water from the spinach, because I rinsed it, chopped it up to like, you know, these little strips. Then I added a teaspoon of salt, and here's a chef's tip. For you to maintain the color of the spinach, like to keep it nice and green, add a teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda to like a bunch. If you're using 2 bunches, a teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda will still be awesome for, you know, to prevent your spinach from discoloring. To prevent it from discoloring. So I'm gonna turn that on. And when you cook the spinach, it has to be at low heat because there's literally no water. So it has to be like a steaming process where the heat will literally heat up the pot so the spinach can, you know, do the whole reduction thing and then maybe you know, I take so that there's like water, shrinkage. Yo, English. Yes, man, you get me. You get me, right? I hope you do. Oh, okay. I am also gonna turn on the butternut. I cut it in like medium cubes. Going to add just a little incy bit of water because butternut also has water. That's literally enough. I'm gonna turn it on medium heat and cook it for about 15 minutes. If you don't have a pressure cooker, like, don't feel like you're left out of this video. Come, let me include you all. If you don't have a pressure cooker, you can literally cook whatever it is that usually goes into a pressure cooker, just that it takes twice the amount of time it takes as compared to a pressure cooker. So with mogodu, it usually takes like 4 hours. Mogodu and oxtail, you know, I'm trying to think what else. Trotters, those type of meals, they usually take like 3.5 hours to 4 hours to cook. When you have a pressure cooker, you can literally cook those things like in an hour and a half, and then, you know, just season them the way you want. Even like, I say an hour and a half because I just wanted to just and it must just melt in my mouth, you know. If you're making stew usually like takes like an hour and a half. This can literally do it in like 30 minutes. I highly recommend you invest in one. If you feel like, you know what, I'm more into natural or traditional cooking, you know, pizza and everything, I'd recommend a cast iron pot for meals like this, or a stainless steel pot. Yeah. I am going to take out the pressure from this pressure cooker. Yeah. If I just open this lid, if I literally just open this pot. So I need to let the pot exhale. Shoop, 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 shooby-doo, shoop-be. I'm covering it with the thing because it's hot. Yeah, so that's literally me releasing the pressure from the pressure cooker so I can open and finish it off. So we'll just make a note, just let the water burn out on its own, you know, because you see there's like that. Yeah, just let it burn out on its own. By the time it burns out, it's like five minutes actually. Dry out, and then I'm gonna add my everything else. My butternut almost burnt, if it didn't burn already, but it's not a train smash. Yes, I'm going to add a spoon of sugar. I'm going to mash this up. Yeah, you can see at the bottom like it was starting to catch because it was starting to burn. It didn't burn, don't you dare, it didn't burn. And you know, because I'm a chef, I can always be like, this is charred butternut with a touch of cane sugar. Obviously went darker because, you know, it collected that little bit of flavor from the burnt butternut at the bottom. But it will still taste good. Why are you judging? As you can see, the spinach, you know, is still green. My tip worked. There was a little bit of water. I drained it out because I was just like, it's going to be on the stove for too long. And as I said, 15 minutes max, your spinach is ready. Can you see how much it shrinked? My goodness, guys. Spinach! Slow on some hours. Anyway, I am going to add a little bit of cream. Yeah. And then I prepared a tablespoon of cream of mushroom. Added like 30 mils of water. No, I'm lying. 60 mils of water to it. I'm gonna add it in there. I'm gonna add more cream because I need it to be literally cream spinach. Let me just clean that out in there. If you want, you can add like chopped up onion. I'm just lazy to chop any onion. This is going to be my spinach. I want to keep things as basic as possible. Disclaimer, just in case just in case I'm not audible enough. My mic decided to take a road trip down my back. And just, you know, yeah, I just found it and I was just like, oh Lord. May everything please be audible. Let's continue. More cream into the spinach. Woo! I'm gonna just mix that up. Oh, this is actually perfect. I'm just gonna leave it like this. No, Haibo, leave it like this. I did not even taste. Next thing, there's no salt. Oh. I added salt in the beginning. Ooh. Okay, this is done. I am going to actually remove this from the pot so I can use this pot to finish off my mogodu. Yeah, I think I'll definitely add an onion in the mogodu and then just thicken it in the pot because onion has like lots of water. Let's come in, really juice it by the stove. My samp is literally done. I'm just going to add some seasoning. So kastampa, I'll usually just add at home. My grandmother used to get this spice. I don't know where. It was yellow. It was turmeric and something. It was so good. I cannot find it in Joburg. So I found another way to actually have my samp. And I actually posted on the other video when I made beef stew. If you haven't seen it, you can go back. I'm literally going to add cream of chicken. This one has like some chives in it. Just gonna add it into my samp just to give it a little bit of seasoning. Then I need to check the salt content. If is the salt there? If not, then I need to add more salt. A little bit of pepper, you know, to taste. And I'm gonna be attending to my mogodu literally after mixing this up. So it's literally a teaspoon of cream of mushroom, a teaspoon of brown onion, and about 50 mils of water. My samp is done. I'm literally gonna remove, ooh, it smells so good. It smells so good. Gonna literally remove it from the heat, and then I'm gonna bring my mogodu onto this heat. The flour from the soup thickener will literally cook through the heat that the samp is currently emitting. Onto my mogodu. Ooh, I'm sure you can see it, like beautiful. I cut it like into like small but not too tiny pieces. And these are the malas. Oh, there's no stones, no nothing. Oh, but I didn't add salt when I added to the pressure cooker. So I'm just going to add some salt, just some seasoning. I think 2 teaspoons. Mogodu likes salt. Mogodu tastes really good with salt. Like, that's what I don't like about mogodu, the flies. Oh, but it tastes hella good. Cool. Let me add some water. Mix the soup thickness. I didn't add onion because I have a guest who doesn't eat onion. So yeah, cool. I need this to start bubbling up, and then this will start thickening, and then I'm gonna plate and we literally be done. If you want, you can literally add some onions because they will also bring in like some element to the pot. But yeah, this is literally today's meal. Something very simple and it was actually recommended by one of you lovely people who are following me for my content. So I decided, you know what? Let me do this. I will definitely tag you when I do this, and thank you so much for the recommendation. We are going to indulge on the meal that you recommended. Done cooking. Going to taste my meal. Ooh, but it looks so cute. My issue with my samp is that it literally comes from the pot. So it's anti-itchy, and with samp, if you leave it for like an hour or two, then it becomes whole. You know, eerie. So yeah, please do not mind my samp going relaxing on my plate. If you want your samp to be, as I'm saying, like one clump of samp, which looks really cute on a plate, especially if you're going to be doing something like this, then leave it to rest for like an hour at least, just an hour nyana. Here's another chef's tip. Let me give my food a taste, yo. Lord almighty. Ooh. Nice. I'm just gonna have a piece of mogodu. The samp is beautiful. Oh my gosh. Oh. My gosh. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment. Oh my goodness. I would love to thank the judges for picking me, my parents who I love. Whew. This is good. I haven't even tasted, well, I tasted the spinach while I was. Hey, thank you so much. Till the next video, let me indulge. Oh, afraid. Oh. Drops mic.